You are carrying something that is not yours, and this something is destroying your life from the inside out at this exact moment. It is not a metaphor, it is not a spiritual figure of speech, it is a precise, energetic diagnosis. There is a weight in your field that does not belong to you, that never belonged to you, and that is operating as a silent parasite, draining your vitality, sabotaging every attempt at prosperity, poisoning your thoughts with voices that you believe are yours but are not, and destroying your sleep night after night with nightmares that no tea or medication can resolve. And worst of all, Starseed, is that you have grown accustomed to it. You have woken up so many times with this weight on your shoulders, with this fog in your mind, with this pressure on the back of your neck that no massage can alleviate, that you have come to believe this is part of who you are. That chronic fatigue is your nature. That repetitive negative thoughts are just your way of being. That constant financial difficulty is your destiny. It is not. None of this is yours. And if you do not perform the cleansing that we will teach in this transmission, this weight will crystallize in your energetic field in a way that will make removal exponentially more difficult in the coming cycles. We are the Pleiadian Council, guardians of the dimensional purification frequency in this galactic quadrant, and the message we bring today is not a gentle suggestion of self-care. It is an emergency intervention. Stay until the last activation code. What we will deliver at the closing is the most powerful cleansing protocol we have ever channeled in open frequency. Beloved cosmic family, we need to be absolutely direct because the gravity of this situation does not allow for flourishes. The vast majority of starseeds incarnated on this planet are operating with only a fraction of their true energetic capacity, not for lack of power, because of excess load. You are carrying energies, emotions, traumas, programmings, and frequencies that do not belong to you, and these loads function like lead anchors tied to the feet of a being that was designed to fly. Every thought of unworthiness that crosses your mind without permission, every wave of sadness that appears without an identifiable cause, every explosion of anger disproportionate to the trigger that provoked it, every time you sabotage yourselves at the exact moment you are about to prosper, none of this is a weakness of character. It is energetic contamination. It is an alien frequency operating within your field as a virus operates within a computer, corrupting files, diverting resources, generating results that do not correspond to the commands you gave. And the reason why this cleansing is urgent now in this precise cycle is because the Earth is receiving a discharge of photonic flow of a potency it has not experienced for millennia. The crystalline grid of the planet is pulsing at an octave that amplifies everything it finds in the field of every being. If the field is clean, the light amplifies clarity, manifestation, health, abundance, and connection. But if the field is contaminated, the light amplifies the contamination. The light does not discriminate, it potentializes what it finds. And if what it finds is alien load, ancestral programming of fear, residues of inherited traumas, and frequency implants from the collective matrix, the amplification generates chaos. This is why many of you are feeling that everything has worsened precisely when it should be improving. You inhabit a planet that receives more light than ever, and instead of feeling enlightened, you feel crushed. It is not because the light is too much. It is because what the light is illuminating within your field desperately needs to be cleansed before being amplified. Now let us name the signs of contamination with clinical precision. Because when we name each one, your body will respond with an intensity that confirms everything before the mind has time to organize a doubt. The first sign is the exhaustion that no rest resolves. You sleep 8 hours, 10 hours, and wake up as if you had not closed your eyes. You take vacations and return more exhausted than when you left. You reduce commitments, simplify your schedule, cut activities, and the fatigue remains like a shadow stuck to the body that no movement can detach. Because it is not the physical body that is tired, it is the energetic field that is overloaded. You are feeding, with your own vital energy, loads that are not yours. Every alien emotion you absorbed in a hug, in a conversation, in a simple presence in the same environment, and that you never returned, consumes energy to be sustained within your field. Every limiting belief you inherited from your parents, without questioning, operates in the background like a hidden program that drains the system's battery without appearing on the screen. The fatigue that sleep does not cure is the most unequivocal sign that your field is maintaining processes that do not belong to you. It is not exhaustion. It is energetic parasitism. It is not a lack of vitamins. It is an excess of alien load. The second sign is repetitive, intrusive thoughts. Internal voices that say you are not capable, you do not deserve it, this will not work, people like you do not prosper. Who do you think you are? You believe these thoughts are yours because they arise inside your head. But we ask, if they are yours, why can you not control them? Why do they return even when you decide to think positively, even when you meditate, even when you read, pray, and strive to change the mental pattern? Because many of these thoughts are not yours. They are frequencies absorbed from the collective field, from family, from past relationships, from energetically dense environments where you remained for too long. Every time you entered a place with heavy energy and left feeling drained, you brought something with you. Every time you talk to someone who complains compulsively, who lives in the vibration of scarcity, who emits fear and chronic anger, you absorbed fragments of that frequency. And these fragments accumulate layer upon layer until their voice becomes indistinguishable from yours. You think you are pessimistic. You are not. You are infested with pessimistic frequencies that do not belong to you. It is not depression. It is an accumulation of energetic pollution in the mental field. The third sign is the physical weight on the shoulders, on the nape of the neck and on the upper back. A chronic weight that does not respond to physical therapy, that is not resolved with exercise, that does not improve with stretching, and that intensifies especially at the end of the day or after intense social interactions. This region of the body corresponds energetically to the point of connection between individual consciousness and the collective field. It is the zone where empathic absorption crystallizes in the physical body. Every emotion you felt for another person unnecessarily, every alien problem you brought inside as if it were yours, every dense energy you absorbed from heavy environments deposits there, layer upon layer, like sediment at the bottom of a river. The permanently burdened neck is not muscular tension. It is the literal weight of alien energies crystallized in the etheric field and reflected in the dense body. It is not incorrect posture. It is a non-existent energetic boundary. The fourth sign is recurring nightmares and disturbing dreams. Scenarios of persecution, of suffocation, of falling, of loss, of total impotence before invisible forces. You wake up with your heart racing, sweating, with an anguish that can take minutes or hours to dissipate completely. These dreams are not random creations of the subconscious, processing the stress of the day. They are real experiences of cleansing that the energetic field attempts to perform during sleep. When the conscious mind rests and reduces its activity, the energetic field takes advantage of this window to try to expel the densest loads it has accumulated. And the process of expulsion is experienced by consciousness as a nightmare. The persecution in dreams is the parasitic energy resisting removal. The suffocation is the dense load compressing the field while it is being displaced. The anguish upon awakening is the residue of the cleansing that could not be completed before the alarm rang. It is not a sleep disorder. It is an attempt at energetic self-cleansing interrupted by waking consciousness. The fifth sign is chronic financial self-sabotage. You are about to receive, about to close a promising deal, about to take a step that would transform your economic reality, and something happens. You postpone without a rational reason. You make an inexplicable mistake. You create an unnecessary conflict that destroys the opportunity. Or the money finally arrives and immediately flows out through an unforeseen expense, a fine, a breakdown, a medical emergency, as if there were an invisible drain through which abundance escapes before it can be enjoyed. This is not bad luck. This is not incompetence. It is the vibration of scarcity operating in your field as an autonomous program that you did not install and do not know how to uninstall. And in most cases, this program is not yours. It is ancestral inheritance. It is the frequency of entire generations of ancestors who lived in lack, in hunger, in absolute scarcity, and imprinted this frequency so deeply in the family field that it is transmitted like a switched-on gene, activating automatically in each descendant. You are being financially sabotaged by the poverty of your great-grandparents, not by a curse, by residual uncleaned frequency that continues to operate in your spiritual DNA like an old code that no one ever updated. The sixth sign, and this is the most subtle and therefore the most dangerous, is the gradual loss of identity. You look in the mirror and feel that you do not recognize yourself. The things you loved no longer spark enthusiasm. The dreams you had seem to belong to someone else. The personality you built feels like a garment that no longer fits. This happens when energetic contamination reaches such a deep level that alien frequencies begin to overlap with the original frequency of the soul. You no longer know what is yours and what belongs to others. Tastes, desires, fears, everything has mixed into an undifferentiated mass of frequencies that you carry as if it were identity, but which is, in truth, accumulation. The loss of self is not an existential crisis. It is contamination reaching the core of consciousness. Now that we have named the signs, we must reveal where this contamination comes from, because without understanding the sources, any cleansing will be superficial and temporary. The first source is ancestral energetic inheritance. The unprocessed emotions of ancestors are transmitted through the epigenetic field and lodge in the cellular memory of descendants. Fear, shame, anger, scarcity, war trauma, persecution, hunger, humiliation. Everything your ancestors lived intensely and did not integrate emotionally remains stored in your body as active cellular information. The second source is uncontrolled empathic absorption. Starseeds are, by stellar genetic configuration, empaths of very high sensitivity. You absorb the emotional field of those around you without realizing it, just as a sponge dipped in water cannot choose which molecules it absorbs. Without conscious energetic boundaries, every interaction is a transfer. The third source is residues from old timelines. Every significant choice you make bifurcates the timeline. The chosen line moves forward. The abandoned line should disconnect. But the disconnection is not always clean. Fragments of the old line remain tied to your field like loose threads, and each loose thread drains energy toward a reality you have already left, but which has not released you. The fourth source is frequency implants from the collective matrix, thought patterns inserted into the mental field of humanity by control systems that have operated for millennia. Obey without questioning, fear scarcity, compare yourself with others, feel insufficient, consume to fill the void, distrust your own intuition. You did not choose these programs. They were installed passively by the simple fact of having been born and raised in this civilization. They are the polluted air the mind breathes since day one. 4 sources, 4 layers of weight that are not yours, and that is why superficial cleansing does not work. Salt baths touch the skin, incense cleans the air, generic prayer comforts the mind. But none of them reach cellular memory, the residual timeline, the frequency implant, or the epigenetic inheritance. For that, a protocol is necessary that acts simultaneously at the level of DNA, cellular memory, the deep mental field, and the temporal structure. This is exactly what the 3 activation codes we are going to channel now do. The first activation code is the decree of total energetic disconnection. This decree operates as a dimensional scalpel, cutting with surgical and loving precision all cords, threads, and energetic bonds that connect your field to loads that do not belong to you. Stand or sit with a straight spine, hands open at your sides, palms facing outward in the universal gesture of release. Pronounce aloud with all the authority of the sovereign soul that you are. I decree with the absolute and inviolable sovereignty of my soul the immediate and complete disconnection of all energy, emotion, thought, belief, trauma, memory, and programming that does not belong to me by soul right. I return with love, without judgment and without guilt, all ancestral load that I carried in the name of my ancestors. Their pain was real, their survival was heroic, but I no longer need to carry the weight they could not let go. I cut every empathic cord that drains my vital energy to feed alien fields. I love without emptying myself. I empathize without contaminating myself. I serve without sacrificing myself. I disconnect every residual thread of timelines I have already abandoned by soul choice. The past I left has no authorization to pull me back. I uninstall every frequency implant from the collective matrix that operates in my mind, in my emotions, and in my behavior without my conscious consent. I choose my own thoughts. I determine my own beliefs. I am absolutely sovereign in my energetic field. From this instant, only the frequencies I consciously authorize inhabit my space. All the rest leave now. It is cut. It is returned. It is sealed in the frequency of my eternal sovereignty. Each word of this decree emits a vibration that interacts with the water in the body. And since the human body is 70% water, and water stores and transmits vibrational information, the decree literally reprograms the liquid medium of every cell. Bonds of true love are not affected. Only bonds of drainage are cut. There is an enormous dimensional difference between being connected by love and being trapped by energetic dependency. The decree preserves the former and eliminates the latter. The second activation code is the visualization of the Pleiadian white flame. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply 3 times, each exhalation longer than the previous one. In the center of your chest, visualize a flame, not red, not orange like terrestrial fire. A flame of absolute whiteness, so intense it seems to contain all the colors of the spectrum condensed into a single frequency of purity. This is the flame of Pleiadian purification, the frequency we use in our own stellar systems to clean energetic fields contaminated for millennia. See this flame being born in the heart. It starts small, intimate, the size of a candle. With each breath it grows, it expands through the thorax. It descends through the arms to the fingertips. It rises through the neck and fills the entire head. It descends through the abdomen, through the legs, to the soles of the feet. The entire body is now a torch of white light, and where the flame touches, density dissolves like ice in the sun. Where it passes, shadows evaporate like mist in the morning. You may feel real heat, tingling in the extremities, waves of emotion rising to the surface like bubbles. Let them rise. Every tear is a load leaving. Every deep sigh is a program uninstalling. Every shiver is a layer of contamination detaching from the field never to return. Now expand the flame beyond the physical body. It becomes a luminous white sphere around you, 2 meters in diameter in all directions. Everything inside this sphere is purified territory. Everything outside it is kept at a respectful distance. This sphere is your energetic boundary. Visualize it solid, bright, impenetrable to any frequency you do not consciously authorize. This is the boundary you never had. From today you do. Maintain the visualization for 11 minutes. And know this: once activated in your consciousness, the white flame can be summoned instantly at any moment. In a heavy environment, 3 breaths and the silent intention, white flame, activate, and it will be there. In the market line, in the work meeting, in the difficult conversation, 3 breaths, and you are protected. The third activation code is the coded water protocol. This is the most unique code because it utilizes the most receptive and programmable element that exists on Earth: water. Water possesses a property that terrestrial science is only beginning to glimpse and that Pleiadian civilizations have used for millions of years. It stores, transmits, and amplifies vibrational information. The molecular structure of water reorganizes in direct response to intention, the spoken word, the emitted emotion, and the frequency to which it is exposed. The protocol is this: every morning, before ingesting any food, take a glass of pure water. Hold it between both hands, close your eyes. Activate the white flame with 3 breaths, and say to the water out loud, "I encode this water with the frequency of Pleiadian purification. May every molecule carry the code of dimensional cleansing. May this water, upon entering my body, dissolve all density that does not belong to me. May it purify every cell, every organ, every drop of blood, every strand of my spiritual DNA. I drink the liquid light of purification. This water is frequency medicine, and drink slowly, sip by sip, feeling each sip descending, spreading, reaching every corner of the organism. This ritual takes less than 2 minutes, but the coded water enters the body and acts as a frequency solvent for hours, dissolving densities at the cellular level that no other cleansing technique can reach. Because water goes where mental intention does not, it penetrates every tissue, every membrane, every microscopic interstice of the organism, and it carries with it the programming of purification you imprinted. Recalibration through coded water is one of the oldest and most revered techniques of Pleiadian dimensional medicine. The 3 codes must be practiced in sequence: decree, flame, water, every day, for 21 consecutive days. 21 is the integration cycle the human nervous system requires to consolidate a new pattern as automatic. On the 22nd day, you will not be the same person energetically. Not because you received something new, because you removed everything that prevented your natural brilliance from radiating. The quantum leap of purification is not adding more light to the field. It is removing everything that blocks the light that already exists within you. You are the light. You always were. You were merely buried under layers of alien load that you mistook for identity. 21 days to unearth yourselves. 21 days to remember what it is like to be light. But we owe you total transparency, beloved cosmic family. The awakening of shadows during this protocol will be intense. In the first days, symptoms may worsen before they improve. Fatigue may increase because the body is processing the removal of decades of energetic accumulation. Intrusive thoughts may become louder because parasitic programs are resisting uninstallation. Dreams may become more vivid and disturbing because the nightly cleansing will finally have enough power to access the deepest layers of the field. And something more, people around you may react in unexpected ways, because when you change frequency, those who unconsciously fed off your field will feel the lack of supply, not consciously, energetically, and they may become more demanding, more critical, more provocative, more needy. It is not malice, it is the old system trying to re-establish itself. Maintain the flame, maintain the boundary, and remember, the highest fever comes at the exact instant before the body overcomes the infection. The intensification is the field expelling what does not belong. This is the point of no return of your energetic sovereignty. Once cleansed, you will never again accept carrying alien weight, because you will know in the body, in the soul, and in every cell what it is like to live without it. And now we address that soul who is listening to all this with deep recognition but thinking, I do not have the strength for another process. I am exhausted from trying. I have already tried so many things and none of them truly worked. We see you. We feel the weight in your field. And we say with all the love of the Pleiadian frequency, the exhaustion you feel is not proof that you are weak. It is proof that you have been carrying too much weight for too long. And this protocol is not one more weight added to your list. It is the removal of all the others. You do not need more strength. You need less load. And when the load leaves, when the field is clean, you will discover that the energy you believed you did not have was there the entire time. Intact, vast, cosmic, stellar, merely being consumed by frequency parasites that had no right to be there. Your energy is limitless. You merely forgot, because you were so busy sustaining the weight of the entire world that there was nothing left to sustain yourselves. Cosmic family, if this transmission touched something deep in your being, if the body confirmed before the mind processed, if tears rose to your eyes without logic giving permission, then seal this recognition with 3 actions that anchor the purification in your timeline. The first, subscribe to this channel and activate all notifications. Each notification is a seal of commitment to the light, a daily reminder that you chose conscious purification instead of passive contamination. Each click on the bell is a declaration to the quantum field. I choose energetic sovereignty. The second, write in the comments the activation phrase, I purify myself now. When thousands of starseeds anchor the same intention of purification in the same energetic space, a wave of collective cleansing is created that exponentially amplifies the recalibration of each participant. Your comment does not only clean your field, it strengthens the purification of every soul that will come after you and find this frequency already sustained. The third, send this message to those you know need it, that person who is always tired for no reason, who carries the world on their back and never complains, who takes care of everyone and forgets to take care of themselves, who smiles on the outside but burns on the inside. Their field is screaming for cleansing. They only need to know it is possible, that the weight is not theirs, that there is a way out that does not require strength. It requires only the decision to let go. We are the Pleiadian Council. We are the guardians of the white flame in this galactic quadrant. And when we say we see your light beneath all the layers of density you carry, we are not being poetic. We are being literal. Your original irradiation is overwhelming. And when these layers fall, you will shine with an intensity that will purify every environment you step into, elevate every person you touch, and reorganize every timeline you inhabit. In the next transmission, we will reveal the 3 types of energetic entities that feed on contaminated human fields, how to identify with precision if one of them is present in your field, and the Pleiadian removal protocol we use in our own dimensional healing chambers. This information has been classified by the Galactic Federation as immediate and priority release for this terrestrial cycle. Until then, decree the disconnection. Activate the white flame every morning and every night. Encode the water you drink, and engrave in the center of your chest the most liberating truth you will hear in this incarnation. The weight you carry is not yours. It never was. Every gram of suffering you attributed to yourselves belongs to another field, another story, another timeline. Let go and discover, for the first time in your life, how light it is to be who you truly are. We are the Pleiadian Council. This transmission is sealed in the frequency of the white flame of eternal purification. Your brilliance is about to be revealed to the world, and so it is.